it's Anita from I Am Cosmic. How are you all? So I'm just coming in today to connect into the dragons and the unicorns for us today, just to do some messages for the collective, as well as at the end I'll be just doing personalized messages if there's anyone that's wanting a reading. So welcome. So as always, we're going to start with an invocation and prayer just to bring in the energy of who we are connecting with today. So as always, you could either place your hands over your heart or in prayer position, and it's just a way of honoring spirit. You can have your own way, but this is how I acknowledge my work and what flows through me. So as always, our purpose today is just to invite in the energies of the unicorns and dragons just to be with us today, to connect with our energies and empower us with anything we need to know right now in this moment to better serve us with love. And we ask that you just stand by us today, each and every one of us who watch the live and replay, and just bless us with your presence. And so it is. So welcome. So excited to bring in the dragons and unicorns. So I do a lot of angelic work, but when I started this process, the other kind of beings jumped on, because every being has a purpose and a significant purpose in that they all play a role in the ascension on earth. And angels are beautiful, but also you cannot forget the dragons and unicorns. So we've got the unicorns in the background over here with the picture. And unicorns can range from 5th to 12th dimensional beings, and they come from a long lineage and history. Actually, they're from the stars. They carry a lot of unique qualities, and they do come from different star systems. So there are like unicorns from Sirius, unicorns from many different planets, because that's the form they take. And they hold the energy of purity, innocence, pure joy. They also work within the angelic realm as well. So they hold their kind of angelic energy. So when you're working with unicorns, how you identify them is they're very pure and loving and very innocent, and they're very much connected to our inner child. So we always get allocated a unicorn at birth, and they work with us consistently when our third eyes are open. But when we switch off, which we do eventually, they still stay around us and keep us going. So it's just some who wish to work with them can reconnect with them as adults. And we can have up to several unicorns, but it depends what our life purpose is, what we're doing, what we need in the moment. And they're like angels. There are different unicorns for different purposes specific to them. They all have different colors as well. They're not all white. So they're very interesting creatures. So working with the unicorns is very powerful. And I've worked with them for a couple of years now, actively or consciously. And I do remember having a unicorn as a kid. So they're very beautiful creatures, and we're just going to tune into their messages today and see what they're saying. And the next being is a dragon. So dragons are very different to unicorns. Dragons are beautiful as well, and they've started to pop up around Earth because they haven't ascended yet. So a lot of these dragons have stayed with us from the beginning of time. Dragons have been on Earth, and they've been helping us anchor the light to Earth. When working with dragons, they're a lot more grounded, they're more practical, they don't talk as much or communicate as much as unicorns. They're a lot more solid. They work with different elements: fire, wind, earth, water, and they have a specific purpose. They're here to help us with ascension, but also transmute old energy. So the dragons are very powerful, and they're here today, and they're showing up quite a lot actually. I've started noticing dragons popping up more so than ever. And they've always been in different cultures, like the Chinese culture. Dragons have been around in many cultures actually, not just, just apparently recently. Dragons have been around for a long time. And a lot of these dragons, unicorns, fairies, they used to exist in Lemuria. So all these other planes of light, Atlantis, they all existed, and you could see them in the 3D form. But because Earth became so dense, they had to ascend, and they needed to become their light bodies. So that's why you'll never see them manifested in a physical form. So when working with them, a lot of it is through telepathy, a lot of it is through your heart center. And it depends on the person how they communicate with each dragon and each unicorn. So I'm giving you a brief overview. I am doing 2 courses in the next couple of weeks, a bit more in depth on unicorns and dragons. If you want to learn how to work with them, if you want to learn who your dragon and unicorn is, I'll guide you through a meditation. And the workshops start on the 22nd, and they're following nearly every Friday for a couple of hours. So if you're interested, please check my website out. I am cosmicwithsunita.co.nz, or look at my Facebook page. I am Cosmic with Sunita. So, right, we're going to get into the messages. So the best way to connect with dragons and unicorns, well, dragons specifically they're saying, is through nature, because they work outside in nature. They do not prefer to be in buildings. They like the mountains, the trees, the oceans. They're very connected to nature. Unicorns are the same as well, but unicorns, like angels, don't mind being inside, don't mind being near temples, they're very different, slightly different. So we're going to connect with the dragons first, actually, because they're coming in quite strongly, and you'll feel the difference. Dragons are quite forceful in the sense of a gentleness with love. They're all about do, do, do. They don't like the talking of humans. They like humans to get going and get things done. So there are dragons that are gentle, but a majority of them have that fire about them, right, dragons? So we'll just pull down this picture I found. So this, to me, I have my own personalized green dragon, and that's the closest I got. And this is a beautiful picture representing just the differences in them, actually, and how different they are in physicality as well as spiritual nature. But when they come together, it's a beautiful unison. It's like yin and yang. So if you're working with unicorns, try and connect with dragons. They're amazing creatures. So we'll start with the dragons. Beautiful dragons. So we'll just put our dragon there. Just connect with us. Right. Right, we'll see what the dragon messages are for today, for the collective. And then I'll do some individual readings for the dragons. So the best deck to get that I've used is Diana Cooper's Dragons. When I first got them, I thought I wasn't aware of how many dragons there were. And then I picked into the energy, tuned into the energy. And I actually found the dragons really amazing and very empowering. So I'm just going to pick 3 collective messages. And then I'm going to channel a message from each dragon. So the first dragon we're going to connect with, lovely. This is the Rainbow Dragon. And it actually says on the card, without channeling yet, brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. Have trust, rediscover your wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. So just tuning into this Rainbow Dragon, he's showing me quite a young dragon. You know, those like a little dragon, not a big dragon. And this dragon's got beautiful, amazing colours, very colourful. And the dragon is saying to me that it's so much fun to try new things. He's saying that when you're stuck, try and do something different. Try something new. Try a new haircut. Try a new workout. Try a new food. Try something new today. That's what's going to get your energy going if you're feeling stuck. Because all it's about your chakras. So they're saying on Earth we have so much density, our wheels of light get stuck. So in order to kind of get it flowing again is to be in the moment, and is to bring expansion, is to try something new, to refocus your energy. And he's saying there's always possibilities. There's so much in nature that you can look at, like just getting some new flowers and really focusing on those flowers with purpose and intention helps stuck energy. It's such a simple technique. And he talks about how moving your attention way to new things opens up new doors, because if we're feeling stuck in something, obviously we're hitting a brick wall, or we're hitting a door that's not open for us. And sometimes that's for a good reason, but the dragons are saying in order to kind of allow things to flow as they need to, you need to try new things. And it's also about being a child as well, just having trust that everything's going to work out. And this Rainbow Dragon is excellent to work in with your inner child. So he's all about joy. He brings in new opportunities, new growth. And he's saying to accept opportunities when they come along. So if people are presenting you with new ideas, don't shut them down. Listen to what they've got to say. And on the energy on the earth right now, even though we're in the winter, which is slowing down and hibernating, he's saying keep your eyes open, because there's blessings everywhere. So even me buying these flowers, it brought me great joy. So what in your life brings you joy? That's what the Rainbow Dragon's talking about. And what lights you up? So just being aware of those things and actively doing them. Let me think, connecting into that. That's all the Rainbow Dragon's got to say. So that's a beautiful message for us all. Right, dragons. Right, the next card is the Pure White Dragon from Orion. So this is one of the dragons from the Orion constellation. and it talks about transforming your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know, act with truth and honesty, let your wings of light grow and expand. So just tuning into that picture, look at all that light. So just connecting in with that card there, or that energy of the dragon. He's talking about, tuning your ascension knowledge. So you can read all the books under the sun, listen to all these beautiful podcasts, but it means nothing if you're not applying it and integrating it into your daily life. And he's talking about transforming that information into practicality, because we're here on earth to live a 3D reality. Even though we might be fifth dimensional beings, we're here to co-create a beautiful existence on earth. And if we do our part, it makes it easier for the next person and the next person. It's just a flow-on effect. So he's talking about processing what you know, what you already know, and looking at what you don't know and finding that out and rediscovering it, like what the Rainbow Dragon talked about. Finding new opportunities of learning. We're always constantly learning and growing. So this is the Orion Dragon. And he's also saying doing it with integrity. So do what feels right to you, and also discern. There's so much information out there, the dragon's saying, and he's talking about practicality. Does it make sense to you on a practical level? Don't just take information for what it is. It sounds amazing. It's come from a person and it sounds like cosmic, but if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. So Orion is talking about learning with discipline, spiritual mastery. So it takes time, and you turn your spiritual knowing into wisdom. Wisdom is when you've put it into practice and you're able to give practical applications, and you're able to actually give examples of how you integrate this into your daily life. So knowledge is one thing, but wisdom is a different thing. And it's when you're able to do it over and over and get the same results, but also able to change those outcomes as well if you don't like the result. So it's putting it into practice. And once you do this, you find your wings will start to open up, because it's all about trial and error he's talking about on earth. No one is perfect. If you were perfect, you wouldn't be here. So the dragon's talking about expansion of your wings. We all have been given wings, like this beautiful dragon here. It's our choice. It's our choice to know or to find out how to use those wings. So it's a gift. It's been given to us. And it's talking about acting with truth and honesty. So doing it on a level that brings expansion to you. So that's the message from the Orion Dragon. Okay, the last message is the Earth and Water Dragon. So look at that beautiful combination. And it says, creates a foundation for new growth. A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. So I was talking about growth and expansion. So this is and they're talking about the practicality. Dragons are all about practicality. So talking about moon cycles, timing of things, not forcing it, allowing things to grow in their own time. So this morning, the song came on. It was Jordan Sparks, One Step at a Time. This is what they're talking about. Slow it down. Slow it down. We think we need to do things faster, harder, put more effort into it. That's not how it works on the earth. There's actually energy of like winter, resting, letting things be as they need to be. And you actually find manifestations come faster because it's the cycle of cause and effect. And if you're not pushing and struggling and suffering, things come to you more easily. So it's recognizing the cycles within yourself as well. So the Earth and Water Dragon is talking about, your cyclic natures, the flow of everything that is. Stopping to breathe, stopping to play, not always go, go, go. So slow down, breathe, take a deep breath in. And this dragon is talking about walking your talk as well. So on the ground, it's a very practical dragon, so it's talking about the earth, walking your talk. So if you have children, talking, or grandchildren, or just around children, walking your talk. Pure example of your child copying you, which children are great mimics. If you want them to be a particular way or set an example, do it yourself. Don't just say, oh, don't do that, Freddie, and then you go and do it anyway. So being the example for little children, but as well as everybody else, walking the talk. So how are you going to walk your talk when you want to achieve things, when you want to create new abundance in your life? What do you want to teach to people? Because we're all teachers in our own right. You don't have to be a qualified teacher, which is nice to be a teacher, nothing wrong with that. But everybody almost feels that they've got to have credentials to be a teacher, in the sense of a spiritual teacher. So a spiritual teacher is anyone that is teaching through example, and we do it all the time. All of us are teachers, and people have problems with this. They think it's ego. It's not ego, it's the way life works. We're teachers and students. We chop and change. So the Earth and Water Dragon is talking about being open-minded like a child and being accepting of that concept that you're going to be learning and growing, teacher and student, all the time. And you're going to keep going and going and going until your last breath. You're going to be doing this. And it's a difference about talking about it, but actually applying it. So my son is a good example. Just if you have children around you, being the example, because they mirror back to you exactly what you're thinking, you're doing, and you're feeling. So getting really real with yourself and claiming it. So if your child is acting out, which my child sometimes does, no child is perfect, looking at why. What have you been doing to contribute? Even though the child has its own choices, if the child's only 3 or 4, they're not going to be conscious of everything. They don't understand everything. So it's taking responsibility for your growth and your expansion. Well, that was a long message. And I'm just going to pull one Lemuria card and just some message for all of us. And then we'll do the individual reading for the dragons. So the message from the dragons. Let me pull a card. Okay. So this is called the Divine Masculine. And it says, rise of true gentle power and true strength. So the dragons. Yeah, it's time for a change. It's time for us to bring this forward, this new gentle masculine energy. It's not the aggressive, power-hungry, egotistical energy of the masculine. It's the true gentle strength that's going to bring in the new 5D energy, the new Lemuria for us in the future. And it's encouraging those boys to bring that forward, that there's nothing wrong with gentleness. There's strength in it. And what are the dragons are talking about anchoring the seed, so actually making it a reality, not just nice to have fluffy ideas. And so over the next 10 to 20 years, this is going to become more apparent. The divine masculine, so seeing it in children as well. My son's one of them. I can see the divine masculine. But this also applies to females as well. So balancing out your masculine and feminine. There is nothing wrong with the masculine energy. If you have wounding on either side, which we all do, you need to look at it. Because it's going to become really important for us to be balanced and integrated over the next 10 to 20 years to birth and seed the new reality that's meant to come in. So the masculine is something that's been hiding, the divine masculine, not the other masculine. Right, that's the dragons. So, who would like a dragon reading? Could you please say yes, please? So I've got consent. So if Danelle or whoever wants a reading, one dragon card from your dragons, I will pull this card for you and channel a message. Just get my cards. And just a good way with connecting into dragons is to sit in that space. So we've got Danelle first and then Medi, if I'm saying it right. So Danelle, a message from your dragons. Sorry, I was saying, best way to work with dragons is to sit and be still. And just to get used to their energy, because they're very different. Some people already resonate with dragons and some don't. I hadn't even contemplated working with dragons for a long time, but they're amazing. So Danelle, this is your message from your dragons. It's called the Golden Orange Dragon. And it says, expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior, help those in need, and remember your magnificence. So Danelle, your dragon's talking about opening up to so many opportunities now. So see all those pages flying around? It's almost like now your dragon's saying it's time for you to actually start writing your own book, co-creating those experiences you want, your book of life, your Akashic records. And it's being that peaceful warrior. You know you are a peaceful warrior, Danelle. You know you stand up for those sensitive children. They're saying to remember your magnificence as well. Honor that. Honor who you are as a person. And just choose to be that example for the light, and just stand and be yourself, Danelle. That's all you've ever needed to do, the dragon said. The dragon's saying, just stand in your magnificence and shine your light so brightly that all the children see, all the world gets to see. And it's great you've started writing a book, because there's so much knowledge and wisdom in that, Danelle. So your golden orange dragon might be, you may need to call upon them to help you write that book as well. So the dragon's saying, I'll help you with the practicality. Just, yeah, send it to me and I'll help you. Okay, I hope that served well, Danelle. Mere, your dragon. Dragon for Mere. Okay, so Mere, I've got Alpha Dragon, beautiful masculine energy. And it says, harness the divine masculine power of creation, destroy the old, visualize your new dreams, help to manifest the new world. So, Mere, that's really important. This energy that you hold is the doing energy, the Alpha. And this is the ultimate energy of destruction and rebirth. So the dragon is saying to you, it wants to work with you in regards to your alignment, wanting to help you to let things go and allow you to stand more in your light and shine brightly like Danelle, but very different, in more a practical manner. And the Alpha Dragon is talking about creation. So he's wanting you to create something more practical, like art, a book. There's something that it's seated within your heart space, Mere, that you need to share that with the world, explore that and give it to the world as a gift. And the Alpha Dragon, Mere, is saying you are a gift to the world. And it's recognizing that authority that you hold, that energy, that strong mana. It's just saying that it's time for you to destroy the old and bring in the new, this new version of self. And he's here to help you. So amazing, strong energy, Mere. So I hope that message served you well. So I hope you like that message. And if it doesn't make sense at the time, just give it space. Let it sit with you. Call in the Alpha Dragon. And you can even sit with those particular colors and dragons and just see what it means to you. Because it's nice to get a message from somebody, but ultimately you are the authority behind the message. You're the oracle. So I really encourage you to take those messages, sit with it, and choose to just listen. So if either the Alpha Dragon, yeah, and it just, yeah, it's time for a change, Mere. So I hope that serves you well. So these messages are specific to you. You all do have your own dragons, your own personalized dragons. And if you want to connect more about it, that's the courses I'm doing coming soon. But you can sit in nature and just call in your dragons. Set the intention. I wish to meet my dragon spirit, and invite them into your heart space and just see what comes along. So I hope that serves well with the dragons. And as I said, they're amazing energies. So I mean, look at them, the strength, but they're very gentle. And when I visualize dragons, that's kind of what I see. And they're not all like scary looking, because my son reckons dragons look scary. So yeah, very loving energy and very connected to the earth's ley lines. They're really helping with us transmuting that old energy, that stuck energy that's in the chakras of the earth. They help our ancestors, so they're very practical. So great beings to work with. So that's the dragons. So ooh, put you there. Right, unicorns. So unicorns, as I said, they can be 5th to 12th dimensional. Dragons are similar as well. They can have a range, but unicorns work more on the angelic frequency or celestial frequency. Unicorns, right. So I'm just going to pick some collective messages and see what they want us to know right now. So unicorns. What is the first message you'd like us to know? So this just came up prior to me connecting with you guys. So this is the Cosmic Sapphire number 33, which can be an angelic number. And it says, act with honor and integrity. Speak your truth. So looking at that sapphire, Cosmic Sapphire, beautiful. And so this unicorn is talking about crying I can almost see some tears. Might not be a tear. But what I'm getting from this unicorn is, sometimes speaking your truth is hard, eh? It brings tears to your eyes. It's saying sometimes it's a lot of emotion. And we're learning more and more to speak our truth in this world and stand up for what we believe in. And what it's saying is, as long as you speak with honor and integrity, of your whole being. You can't get it wrong. And remember too, when speaking truth, I don't know how, like when you speak truth, depends on the person taking the information. It depends what you're saying, how you say it. So when you're delivering messages or talking to people, be mindful of how you're talking to people. Because you can say one thing to one person and they take it a particular way, and then another person hears it a completely different way. And it's all through that filter, right? So this unicorn is talking about honoring your feelings and not dumbing them down and thinking, oh, nah, I'm not going to say anything because it might hurt that person's feeling. Even though they're doing something not right to you, they might be saying something that's upsetting you. That's a pure example. Sometimes even speaking your truth in relationships and friendships is really hard. But if they're your true friend and they love you, they're going to honor your honesty. Most people prefer to know what you're thinking versus you going behind people's back and talking about it. I think most people prefer you to come to them and talk to them if they have an issue with you. So it goes both ways. It's at reciprocation. And this beautiful unicorn here is talking about the throat chakra. So expansion. So we're all going through this upgrade around speaking our truth with love. So being mindful of our voices as frequencies, knowing that what you say becomes truth. So if you believe something in yourself, if you're saying, I suck, then you're going to become that energy. If you're feeling a particular way, the best thing to do is to speak out into the universe and say the opposite, to start actually actualizing something into manifestation. So saying, I am, which are the words of the Creator. I am beautiful. I am powerful. To really believe in yourself and say it what you mean. So, and it has to come from the heart. That's the frequency of love. So this unicorn is talking about honoring your emotions, speaking your truth with love, no matter how much it may sound, not great. Sometimes you need to speak truth, and then it actually helps you release and flow again, because a lot of our energy is stuck here. I'm just getting the throat things now. A lot of energy gets stuck here because we don't speak our truth, and it's from childhood as well, depending on the child you were and how you were. Were you introvert, extrovert? But you can also communicate truth by writing, by journaling, by art, and words and feelings. You don't have to do it through the person as well. Sometimes you can do it through their higher self and just talk to them. If on a human level it's too hard. And it's all about relationships this year, the year 6. So really focusing on relationships. So that's the collective message from this beautiful cosmic sapphire blue. So also too, bringing it into your throat chakra if you need more strength with speaking your truth. Listening as well. Speaking your truth means also listening. Why does that matter? Because listening means your heart's listening to the person, being mindful of that person in the moment. So if you're on the receiving end of speaking your truth, so if you've spoken your truth, you let the person have their say, and it's also allowing them to be in their truth as well. Because do you find reciprocation when you're in a conversation? If you're both on the same level, you guys get each other, even though it might be like angry, you might actually be calm and be able to talk it out. Where if you're out of control, both of you's, it's not worth it. So yeah, pick and choose your times as well. That's what the unicorn's talking about. Well, that was an amazing message. Right. Next message. Awareness. So, present moment awareness. Powerful, powerful tool. Eckhart Tolle, the power of now. Living in the moment, being conscious of your thoughts, looking for signs and guidance. So this unicorn is talking about awareness in the moment. So if you're aware, you get signs and synchronicities, numbers, songs. Unicorns communicate like angels through nature's elements. They can communicate through water, fire, earth. They can communicate through flowers. And this unicorn is to stay present. That's literally the message. Stay present. Because a lot of our anxiety in the future is from focusing too much on the outcome, trying to control the outcome, or being in the past, stuck in past energies. So it's almost like you need to bring yourself back and be aware of what you're actually doing in this moment. What are you actually doing? What are you doing? What are you saying to people? What are you being to people? So it's this present moment awareness that we're kind of lacking in this moment, is a lot of people are distracted. Bring yourself back. You have free will. You can choose to bring yourself back. And I've done this myself. It's something you've got to learn as an art. You can't just wake up one morning and become self-aware and self-actualized. You've got to practice like a muscle. So you've got to go and do those mindfulness courses. You've got to read those books. You've got to do the podcasts. You've also got to practice meditation. Meditation slows this down, helps you to be in the moment. Or mindfulness things you can do, like going for a walk, listening to music, doing some art. So that's what that unicorn's talking about. Flow. Helps you to flow. Being in the moment helps you to flow. And look at the illumination that comes in. When you're stuck, go outside for a walk, you find ideas start flowing to you. So it's almost like you've got to do opposite to what you actually, if you're feeling stuck, go for a walk to allow flow. If you're feeling angry, go and do something to bring in more light. It's like counteracting that emotion, accepting it, not letting it overtake you. Like processing it, healing it, then trying to do something else for yourself. Ringing a friend. Real simple things. Okay, last message, freedom. Look at that beautiful unicorn. The unicorn wants all of us to soar, to fly, to feel free. And the card says, live wild and free. Choose your freedom, claim your independence. This is what it's all about, freedom. This year is about freedom. Freedom in relationships. Freedom in the relationship you have with yourself. How are you holding yourself back? That is the unicorn saying. How is a particular person holding you back? How is a situation holding you back? This is the unicorns getting you to reflect on what's your heart's desires this year. What do you want to become free from in general? This year, this was the major word that I had for 2022 was freedom. Freedom. What does freedom mean to me? Yes. Sorry, be back.